Welcome to Trade Pro. I'm going to show you this trading strategy that won 12 out of 14 of the trades you see on the screen right now. I'm going to tell you how to do entry, take profit target, and stop loss, all rigid rules that you can follow yourself. All this strategy uses is a 200 period EMA, 50 EMA, and the ATR. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you examples. All right, so I'm going to go through each and every one of these 14 trade examples so you can fully understand how the strategy works and see it playing out in a bunch of different scenarios. So let's start on the bottom left here from the very beginning. As you can see, I did not cherry pick all these trades. I started at the very beginning of the price data as far back as it will allow me to go. So let's zoom on into the very first setup that occurred. So again, you're going to need the 50 period EMA in yellow and then the 200 in white. Well, I guess you can choose whatever colors you would like for them. I just like those colors. And the ATR. So the ATR settings are 14 for length and smoothing is RMA. So let's get into the strategy here. So for this setup, you're simply waiting for the 50 to cross over the 200. That's the first thing you need to see. The next thing that you wait for is the first touch on the 50 after the cross. So we get the cross, if we zoom in here, right on this candle, and then we have to wait for a touchdown on that 50, the very first touch, which happens on this candle. The next thing you need to get an entry signal is a green candle that closes above the 50 period without getting more than 3 candles closing below the 200. Okay, so right on the next candle, we get a green candle closes above the 50. It's the first touchdown on the 50 after crossing up over the 200. You simply place your stop loss 2 times the ATR value below the entry candle. So we have half a pip is the ATR for this candle. So you're going to make your stop loss 1 pip from your entry. You're going to target 1.5 times the risk. That is the strategy. So let's go to the next trade. So this one was one of the 2 losses out of the 14. And you can see we get the cross up right here. And we just simply wait for the touch right here. Then the green candle that closes back above the 50, which happens right here. And this one is a loss. So let's go to the next one. We get a cross down right here. And then on this one, we get the touch on the 50, but more than 3 candles close above the 200, so we cannot take this trade. So we just wait until the next setup, which does occur right here. We get the cross up on the 50, wait for the first pullback into the 50 right here. Then the first green candle that closes above the 50 right here. Stop loss. 2 times the ATR, which on this candle is 1.7 pips, so 3.4 pips for the stop loss, targeting 1.5 times the risk. So that one's good. Get another one over here with the cross down, and then we just wait until the pullback into the 50. After this pullback, we wait until that red candle appears and closes below that 50. That's our entry. And as you can see, stop loss is same, 2 times ATR, targeting 1.5 times the risk. That one's good. So just patience, patience, patience. Wait till the next cross up. We get it right here. And then the first touch, green candle, closes above the 50, and we're in. 2 times the ATR for the stop, 1.5 times the risk for the profit target. That one's good. Here's another. Cross down, pull back into the 50. We get that red candle that closes back down below the 50, and we're good. 2 times the ATR for the stop loss once again, 1.5 times the risk. Let's go to the next one. So the cross up happens right over here. Then we get the first touch on this candle. So in this one, looks like it doesn't quite reach that 1.5 times profit target. Stop loss 4.6 pips, 2 times the ATR. And essentially on this one, you just got to take the loss unless you are going to decide to move your stop loss to break even at a certain point, or whatever method you're using. If you want to move your stop to break even, that's completely fine. And then you can also lock in profits along the way if you want to. Let's go to the next one. All the rest will be winners. So this one we get the cross down, then we get the pullback into the 50, but we never get a red candle. It just continues up. We get 3 closes above the 200 and we just start looking for the next setup. Same thing here, cross up, closes down here below the 200. We just look for the next setup. Okay, here's the next setup. So this one, cross down, then we wait until the pullback, only 1 close, and then 2 close, then we get our entry candle. So our entry, then stop loss is 1.6 pips, 2 times the ATR, and this one's a winner. And each of these are, only a few minutes each. It's a 1 minute chart that I'm doing this test on. So very quick trades. If you do want to trade this strategy on a 1 minute time frame, you are going to need to have a raw spread broker, or extremely low fees, or just use limit orders. So on this one, you can see we get the cross up, pull back, only 1 closes below the 200, so it's still valid. Green candle above the 50, that's our entry, and this one's good. We got a couple more over here. Next one, so we got the cross up over here. First pullback into the 50 right here. You're just waiting for that green candle that closes back above. And as you can see, this one is a good trade, 1.5 times the risk, 2 times ATR for a stop loss. Very repetitive at this point, but I'm just showing you lots of different setups with this strategy. Here's another one. So we got the cross down right here, and immediately we get that pullback into it. The first 2 candles are on that 50 period EMA, and we get the red close back down below, and simply set up our normal risk management, 2 times ATR, 4.4 pips, and targeting 6.6 pips. All right. So hopefully that's making sense. Now that we're getting through a bunch of these examples, you can see that this strategy is really doing well in these first 14 tests. I stopped at 14 because that's all I could fit on the screen for the beginning. When I zoom out all the way on my chart, I can only fit the first 14 trades on my screen. So that's why it's 14 and not like 20 or 15, something more normal. So here's another one. Cross up. Wait for the first touch right here. It's a green candle on that first touch, and it's above, so we instantly enter. 2 times the ATR and targeting 1.5, we're good. All right, here is another. So on this one, we get that cross down, and you can see that that first candle, essentially, first candle is triggering it in, so you can enter right away on that cross down, and that is a good one. So let's go to the next one. Cross up is right here. Get our first touch on the 50 right here, and then our first green that closes above the 50 right here. Stop loss, 2 times the ATR, targeting 1.5. And we're good. Oops. So that is all the examples, all 14 of them. And you can see that these are some very good results for the first 14 tests. I'll have to make a video doing 100 tests, but I just ran out of time here. So wanted to just quickly go through and show you guys, as this one seems really interesting. And it's on the 1 minute time frame, but you can probably adapt this to other time frames if you don't have a broker that's going to be low enough fees or spreads, Because, you know, on a strategy where you're trading on the 1 minute time frame, if you have spreads that are anything more than, you know, a fourth of a pip, you're going to be really having disaster. So it's really going to eat away at your profits. But we'll have to see how this performs over a series of more trades, but it seems promising so far. And I thought people would appreciate a video where I go through a bunch of these examples. And, you know, it's pretty fun to play around with different strategies, see how things perform. Someone who's commented on the channel a lot. His name's Eric. Funny thing is, my name's also Eric. But he comments on the channel a lot. He gave me the idea for a 15-minute time frame, 50 period EMA rejection type of strategy. And I was testing that one, and as I was going through testing that one, in my head I was like adjusting it and making it a bit better, until I came up with this somehow on the 1 minute chart, and now this is where I am. But yeah, anyway, just kind of threw this one together. So I don't actually know if it works well over a series of trades, but just thought I'd kind of make a freestyle video and something a little bit different. I will do 100 tests on this. Don't even worry about it. But anyway, have a nice day, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you like the video. Also, never forget to leave a comment for that YouTube algorithm. Appreciate it. Thank you.